In just 7 years after its construction, the battleship Yamato sank into the waters off Okinawa. Why did the world's largest battleship vanish without achieving any significant victory? On April 7, 1945, under a concentrated attack by approximately 300 U.S. aircraft, the Yamato, along with over 3,000 crew members, became one with the ocean floor. But this failure, in fact, had structural causes that are still repeated in modern times. What exactly was the greatest waste in history, brought about by an excessive faith in technology? In this video, you will understand why the strongest became meaningless, who overlooked crucial facts, and what lessons we can draw for today. Now, let us delve into the full scope of its collapse. The main feature will also elaborate on the decision-making traps that plague modern organizations. In the 1930s, the world was once again gripped by a naval arms race. Japan aimed to construct the largest battleship in history, one that would astonish the world. That was the Battleship Yamato, measuring 263 meters in length with a displacement of 72,000 tons. It boasted 946-centimeter main guns, the largest in the world at the time. Its overwhelming presence earned it the moniker Unsinkable Fortress, becoming the pride of the Imperial Japanese Navy and the very hope of the nation. Construction proceeded in absolute secrecy. Its details were not even revealed to the public. This powerful battleship, shrouded in mystery, was truly a national treasure. This colossal battleship was intended to be the linchpin of the attrition strategy, designed to intercept enemy fleets crossing the Pacific and decisively conclude battles. Its overwhelming firepower, it was believed, would demoralize the enemy and serve as the decisive card to secure a favorable peace treaty for Japan. Truly, as a dream weapon, carrying the nation's prestige and future, the Yamato made its majestic appearance in the Pacific. In 1941, the Yamato was commissioned. Its technical sophistication was hailed as the world's pinnacle, and its defensive capabilities represented the zenith of Japanese engineering. The construction cost of the Yamato-class battleship alone is said to have amounted to approximately 10% of the national budget at the time. It was a monumental national project. However, global circumstances were already signaling change. The evolution of aircraft was steadily shifting the primary role on the battlefield from land to air. The attack on Pearl Harbor and the battle off Malaya were historic events where aircraft decisively overwhelmed battleships, exposing their profound vulnerability. Yet, the Imperial Japanese Navy's high command remained deeply entrenched in big-gun battleship doctrine, and many underestimated the true potential of air power. They firmly believed that battleships alone were the main players in decisive fleet engagements, and aircraft served merely a supplementary role. The devastating defeat at the Battle of Midway proved that aircraft were the decisive factor determining the outcome of naval warfare. Japan lost its primary aircraft carriers, and the balance of naval power shifted entirely to the United States. Yet, the belief in Yamato's unwavering value persisted. The Yamato continued to be held in reserve as the flagship of the combined fleet. Its massive size was considered too valuable, meant to be preserved as a trump card to turn the tide of the war. However, a pitfall that no one had noticed was already opening up. As the war situation worsened, Yamato's existence gradually lost all strategic significance. A decisive fleet engagement between battleships was simply never going to happen. Nevertheless, the overconfidence in the giant battleship persisted, and the policy of preservation continued. It was as if they were trapped by past successes. Coordination with aircraft was also insufficient, and its means of defending itself from enemy planes were limited. It had become a truly obsolete relic. The sunk cost effect, stemming from the enormous construction expenses, also played a significant role. The psychological unwillingness to let the Yamato go to waste clouded their judgment. Groupthink within the organization further accelerated this failure. Dissenting voices were suppressed, and only convenient information reached the high command. Everyone shared the illusion that Yamato was invincible, turning away from the harsh reality. This paved the road to ruin. In the final stages of the war, Japan found itself in a devastating situation. The meaning of preserving the Yamato was lost. It had become a mere symbol. Then, in April 1945, to prevent the Allied invasion of Okinawa, the Yamato was given a one-way ticket, a mission known as Operation Tengo. With fuel only for a one-way journey, it was a desperate operation with no return. Many officers and soldiers understood its futility. Yet, organizational logic and the decisions of the high command left them no choice. It was the ultimate consequence of groupthink. The Yamato was ordered to sortie, embarking on its final voyage towards Okinawa on April 6, 1945. Its escort consisted of just one light cruiser and 8 destroyers. The next day, April 7th, it was spotted by a U.S. reconnaissance plane, and soon an overwhelming number of aircraft swarmed it. A colossal fleet of over 300 carrier-borne planes. The Yamato fought valiantly, but its massive size made it an ideal target. Over 10 torpedoes and more than 20 bombs struck, causing it to finally list heavily to port. The order to abandon ship was given, but it was already too late. The burning bridge, the roar of explosions, and the swirling vortex of the sea swallowed it whole. At 2:23 p.m., the Yamato erupted in a massive explosion, breaking its colossal hull in two before catastrophically sinking. It plunged to the ocean floor. Thus, the strongest battleship, built with the nation's prestige at stake, met its tragic end without fulfilling its intended purpose. The tragedy of the Battleship Yamato is not merely a failure of military operation. It signifies the failure of an organization unable to grasp changing times, and the folly of humans clinging to past successes. The illusion of invincibility clouded calm judgment and fostered groupthink that refused to acknowledge reality. As a result, immense resources and precious lives were senselessly lost. Even in modern society, many organizations cling to past successes and underestimate new technologies or trends. What awaits them is the same fate as the Yamato. This failure quietly speaks to us about the importance of adapting to change and the courage to withdraw. Why did the strongest battleship become meaningless? Because they misjudged the era of air superiority and remained captive to the belief in giant battleships. Who overlooked what? The naval high command clung to past glory and the sunk cost effect, delaying the transition to air power. What are the lessons for today? To not miss the signs of change, not be bound by past successes, and sometimes to have the courage to withdraw. There will be a significant difference in the quality of decision-making during tumultuous times between those who understand this history of failure and those who do not. If you found this video informative, please subscribe to the channel and give it a like. We introduce a new history of failure every day.
この失敗は歴史のほんの1ページ。世界にはまだ語られていない失敗が数多くあります。失敗の歴史をチャンネル登録して次の物語もぜひご覧ください。